It's the biggest Rampage of the year as we are in New York City for a stacked two-house show. The card is headlined by a battle royal. Shocking, I know, for the #1 contendership, as we have a title shot to get through before Full Gear. Other than that, there are a bunch of grudge matches, so let's get to it. House of Black vs. Sting, Darby Allin, no DQ and Sting. Allin pop up behind the house, Brody King, Buddy Matthews with Julia Hart. During their entrances to start the fight on the stage, the bell rings and they fight to the ring with the house taking over without much trouble. Sting gets surrounded but manages to fight them both off, only to be driven hard into the corner. A super code red gives Allin 2 on King, but a suicide dive, and a fast one at that, is cut off by a raised knee. Sting goes up but gets shoved through a table, with his head hitting part of another one, because that's something you want to see happen. Hart gets back up and handcuffs Sting's arms behind his back as we take a break. Back with Allin slipping out of Dandy's Inferno on the stage and climbing the set, which can't end well. The coffin drop off the set takes out a standing Matthews, but King pulls another one out of the air into the sleeper. The two of them crash off the stage and through some tables, leaving Matthews to grab Sting's bat and go after the still handcuffed Sting. Matthews sits Sting in a chair, where he laughs a lot until the lights go out. Normally that would be a bad thing, a broken bar ... but the Great Muta comes out and slowly makes his way to the ring, where he dragon screw leg whips Matthews. Still looks great. The Mist hits Matthews, which knocks him into Hart, sending her through a ringside table, or part of it, as that was a nasty landing. Sting breaks the handcuffs and death drops Matthews for the pin at 11:01. Hook. Action. Bronson vs. Jericho Appreciation Society. Bronson wraps the team to the ring. Parker kicks Hook in the face to start, but Hook spins out of a hip toss and gut wrench suplexes him down. Bronson comes in for the shoulders and corner splash before handing it back to Hook. This time doesn't work as well as the Society takes him into the corner to stomp away. Hook pretty easily suplexes his way out of trouble and hands it back to Bronson for a running power slam for 2 on Parker. Everything breaks down and Steroid finish the Society at 5:07. Samoa Joe, Wardlow vs. Tony Nese. Josh Woods. Mark Sterling is here with the villains. Wardlow and Woods slug it out as the other two brawl on the floor. A spinebuster plants Woods and a cactus clothesline sends them both outside. Joe hammers Nese down in the corner before avoiding his moonsault. The muscle buster finishes Nese at 2:24. Well, that was nothing, but at least Nese got his weekly appearance in. Jungle Boy vs. Rey Fenix. Fenix rolls at him to start and tries an early black fire driver, only to get caught with a dropkick. It's already time to strike it out until Fenix kicks him to the floor and we take a break. Back with Jungle Boy hitting a clothesline to cut off a comeback attempt. A brainbuster gives Jungle Boy 2 and there's the suicide dive to drop Fenix again. They get back in with Jungle Boy nailing a super kick into the Poison Rana. That's not enough to even put Fenix down, as he is right back up with a rolling cutter for a double knockdown. Jungle Boy gets another fast 2 before they fight out to the apron. Fenix knocks him to the floor but dives into a super kick to put them both down again. We take another break and come back with Fenix getting the better of a slug out and hitting a gory bomb swung into a cutter for 2. Jungle Boy pops back up and huts a running elbow to the back of the head for 2, meaning it's another double breather. Fenix hits 2 amigos but the third is countered into a Samoan driver to give Jungle Boy 2 of his own. Jungle Boy gets kicked down again, setting up a good frog splash to give Fenix 2 more. The springboard spinning kick to the head in the corner sets up the black fire driver, but Jungle Boy reverses into a small package for the pin at 17:47. Respect is shown post-match, but Christian Cage, with his arm in a sling, is back. It's a ruse though, as Luchasaurus pops up behind Jungle Boy and the beatdown is on. Christian blames Jungle Boy for the arm injury, so he's introducing him to the right hand of destruction. Christian wishes Jungle Boy's mom and sister were here watching this, as Luchasaurus hits a chokeslam. That's still a long time before Jungle Boy gets to Christian again. Eddie Kingston vs. Sammy Guevara. Tay Melo is here with Guevara, who calls Kingston fat to make them start fast. They fight around the ring with Kingston getting the better of it without much trouble. A poke to the eye rocks Sammy and they head to the apron, where Sammy backdrops him to the floor. The kick to the chest drops Kingston again and we take a break, back with Sammy in trouble until a Milo distraction lets him hit a running knee to the face. The double springboard cutter gets 2 on Kingston but the GTH is broken up with elbows to the head. The rapid fire chops in the corner rock Sammy again and there's a suplex to make it worse. Sammy is right back with a super kick but Kingston half and half suplexes him. The spinning backfist sets up a spinning backfist which sets up a spinning backfist which sets up the stretch plum to give Kingston the win at 7:23. Kingston won't let go so Jerry Lynn comes in to try reasoning with him. Security pleading with him doesn't work either, so the referee reverses the decision to give Sammy the win. The frustrated Kingston beats up security. Fair enough, and Kingston won the match definitively in the first place so this doesn't really hurt him. TBS title, Diamante vs. Jade Cargill. Diamante, with Trina, is challenging and goes right at her to start. Some chops in the corner set up some left hands and some roll-ups give Diamante 2. Jade kicks her in the face but gets kicked down again. A baseball slide sends Cargill outside but she pulls a dive out of the air. An F5 onto the apron plants Diamante and Jade retains the title at 2:34. Of all of Jade's dominant wins, this was the most recent. Please find something interesting for her to do already because this is getting old. Golden Ticket Battle Royal, Evil Uno, 10, Rush, Jay Lethal, Lance Archer, Penta El Zero Miedo, Hangman Page, John Silver, Butcher, Isaiah Cassidy, Mark Henn, Dan Housen, Chuck Taylor, Trent Beretta, Brian Cage, Ari Daivari, Matt Hardy, Daniel Garcia, Jake Hager, QT Marshall, Blade, Cole Carter, Dalton Castle, Dante Martin, Lee Moriarty. For the world title shot on October 18th, Page gets jumped from behind during his entrance so he take a break to restore order. Back with Penta super kicking Daivari out and Danhausen curses Carter, allowing Trent to throw him out. Marshall gets cursed and then clotheslined out before Hager is out. Cage dumps Chuck and knocks Castle off the apron, right onto the boys. The boys offer a distraction so Castle can dump Cage and Archer knocks out Chuck. There goes Castle, with Garcia and Moriarty following him out. We take a break and come back with Private Party saving themselves with the silly string. Then Butcher and Blade jump them from behind but Hardy gets to hit everyone. Blade, Private Party and Hardy are all tossed, with Uno and Butcher following them. We're down to Silver, Rush, Page, Penta, Archer and Lethal but Rush dumps Silver. Penta kicks Archer out and we're down to 4. Lethal gets tossed over the top but Satnam Singh catches him. Dalton and the boys did it better. That's enough for Lethal to toss Penta but Page tosses him out, leaving us with Rush vs. Page. They fight to the apron and the Deadeye knocks out Rush to give Page the win at 13-14. Ricky Starks vs. Powerhouse Hobbs. Lights out, meaning anything goes. Starks gets a special video entrance about how absolute he really is. Starks goes right at him to start and hammers away, sending Hobbs bailing out to the floor. A clothesline drops Hobbs again and Starks sends him into the steps. Back in and Hobbs hits White Noise onto a knee to take over, meaning it's already time for a table. Instead of setting it up, Hobbs just throws it at him before tossing in some chairs. We take a break and come back with Starks hitting a DDT for 2 but Hobbs hits him low. Jericho freaking out about how unfair that was is good for a laugh. Hobbs sets up 2 chairs but Starks kicks him low to break it up. Starks turns the chairs back to back but gets backdropped onto the edges, because that's a spot we need in wrestling. A running power slam onto the chairs gets 2 on Starks and they fight up the ramp. Starks misses a charge into the set so Hobbs breaks off a piece of the set. That takes too long though and they fight back to the ring, where Starks hits him in the face with the set pipe. Rochambeau onto the chairs, at least Hobbs' feet touched them. Finishes Hobbs at 11:47.